Back once again for the renegade master. 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 Back once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades and welcome back. And what are we back into? Love Island series 5 and we are on episode 2. Right, just before I get into it, as I always say, please hit that blah 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 blah. Jesus, please hit that subscribe button and the notification button so you know when I'm back on, because as I always keep saying, I am on the road to 1k. I see you people viewing my stuff, so I'm hoping you are all liking what I'm putting out there. But although you're viewing it, I need you to hit that subscribe button as well. So come on, don't be shy, get into the melee, come and talk to me. So let's get into it. So it carries on from the night before, where Bergie has taken the option to leave and everybody's upset. But fear not, we all know our Bergie was absolutely fine. The man was damn fine, if you ask me. Okay, so he got to share the night with two lovely young ladies by the name of Carmen and Hannah, and gorgeous girls that they were. And bearing in mind, this dude doesn't really have enough, like, a lot of confidence in which to speak to women. Never slept with a woman, but yet managed to find himself sandwiched between two women. Yeah, and then I think it's the lads go off to one side and have their chat, and the girls go off to one side and have their chat. Now, these people are having two separate conversations, okay? You've got Leo chatting about how he's feeling Anna and that he might talk to her because, you know, he's not shut off to anybody in the thing. Yes, he's feeling Cassie as well, but he's liking Anna too. And then you've got Cassie over there singing his praises about how much she likes him and that you know, things might work out with them too. And I'm like, my girl, this is early days still. You're still on day one. Don't shut yourself off, because I tell you for damn sure, Leo ain't shut himself off. He's looking at Anna Banana. He's looking at Anna in order to have that conversation with her, because he does find Anna attractive. So basically, it goes to Keenan. Keenan's talking about KK, and they seem to be quite happy and seem to be quite loved up. And then you got Marco, who's complaining a little bit. He's complaining a little bit because of the fact that he's matched up with Destiny and things seem to be going okay and going at a pace that he liked, especially when they did the kiss on the beach and everything like that. And then when it comes to bedtime, he's literally saying that he gets in bed and he's like a hypersexual person, and then he got nothing from her, not a kiss, not a hug, not a ting. And what some people do have to tend to realize is that, don't forget, you are still essentially strangers to these people. They're getting to know you in that essence. Yes, she may have kissed you on the beach, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to compute to the same thing when you get in bed with each other, because that's a completely different kettle of fish, if you get what I mean. At the end of the day, me, I'm different. Like, you know, if I was in the moment and I gave you that kiss on the beach, then maybe to say we'll probably just have a kiss and a cuddle when we're lying in bed together, if I find you that attractive and if the sexual chemistry was there as well. It doesn't necessarily mean that I would take it to number 2. If you know, you know. I wouldn't necessarily take it to number 2. Wouldn't be doing things far off that, but I definitely would not be doing that on TV. But then for some people, it's different. And I think Marco sometimes has to realise that for some people it's different. So what you may think should happen and be the natural progression next might not always get that way. So you can't really just say, hang it on Destiny, oh, I'm hypersexual but she's not showing me this, that and the other, and it's a bit weird. At the end of the day, the whole situation is weird, my dear. So after all of that, that's the bit where Marco's then talking about wanting to speak to other girls, especially if they're coming, and him probably setting in his mind and to the lads that this is the conversation that he's then gonna have with Destiny. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that pans out then, shall we? Yes, we will. We'll see how that pans out. So then Tex comes in, because I think it's the next day. I think it's the next day, because I don't think Bergie and them make themselves known until the next day. Or is it on the same day? Yous can correct me if I'm wrong, because, you know, things are all discombobulated in my mind, so everything's going a mile a minute here. So what happens then is a text comes in. I always get heebie-jeebies when texts come in. If you've been watching Love Island, especially the UK ones over to the USA ones and all the Love Islands that there is in between, texts do not always mean a good thing. It does not mean a good thing for the villa. But with this text, and so out of the hideaway, out comes Carmen and Hannah first, saying hello to them all, and the girls have just sat down in their PJs. The boys are in there, like, you know, their swim shorts and stuff, and the girls, they've already had chance. Hannah and Carmen have had chance to freshen up and come out looking stush as can be, basically, while all the other girls are sat there in their PJs. And that's something that Cassie literally brought out as well, that we're sitting here looking kind of like shit and they've come out looking bloody gorgeous. We have to go and get our game on, get in, get dressed and come back out. So as it is, Carmen and Hannah come out, say hello to everybody, and then the next person you see fly out the door is our Bergie, and best believe the guys were happy to see him, like full on happy to see him, but the girls were shocked, as if to say, what the hell? What's happened? More so than that, Anna was shocked as well to see him too, because don't forget, she went through that whole gamut of emotion of him leaving, and then the fact that he's then still there, stood in front of her face. So Bergie's like, I've decided I'm gonna go after what I want. I need to start being more confident up in this place, and trust me, you start to see the changes in this man and the things that he. So as you know, Hannah and Carmen have already come in. Leo's like eagle eye fucking cherry. He's already on it. Leo's already clocked, and I knew straight away that Leo's gonna go for Carmen, because he's already said that he likes blonde girls, and she's got this kind of Nordic Scandinavian type look, so he kind of likes that as well. Bergie also likes Carmen, although he forgot her name. Keenan basically has already said, like, when the girls, because the girls came, they had their little chat with the other girls, and then they decided, let's go over to the lads and see what's what. So they were asking the questions, and Keenan's already said at the end of the day, he's kind of like not closed off, but he's that way with KK, and things are going really, really well. And he was saying that he's the only lad here that's seriously connected with the girl that he's with, but he thinks that all the other lads are open, which is true, that we're all saying that they're open, they're all willing to get to know other people. So then the text comes in, and Hannah and Carmen get to pick who they want to take with them on a date. So Hannah picks Victor and Carmen picks Leo. And people, don't be a Leo. Don't be a Leo. Please don't follow what Leo did, because my man was so excited that whole day he did not speak to Cassie at all. He didn't look in her direction. He didn't say, how you feeling? He didn't say bye, not a bean. That man was ready and raring to go. And Cassie was pissed. Cassie was beyond pissed. The fact that he just literally, she was absolute scotch mist. He did not see her in the slightest, even with a spotlight. That man did not see her. He was gone. It was Carmen at that point. It was all Carmen at that point. He was gone. He didn't give a shit. He didn't even know that she still existed at that point. And I think she felt that to her core, like proper felt that to her core. So then they've gone out on their dates. The dates are going quite well. You still got Cassie back in the villa, like literally bitching and moaning at the fuck shit that Leo was when he fucking walked out of there, like moaning to everybody. And she's like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm like, he's a dude. I'm just like, he's a dude. He already done. You could already see that this man is flighty. At the end of the day, this man is a flighty person. And then in terms of Victor and Jasmine, because I know that Victor and Jasmine had started to like talk to each other and start to get to know each other a little bit better from the awkward conversation that they had the first night. And Jasmine was getting a little bit peed off as well in the fact that, you know, Hannah had picked him. And my thing is that you don't own these people. The people don't own each other at the end of the day. You're just getting to know people to get onto another stead. But at the end of the day, you should be open to other people coming in, because that is the name of the game. You can be attracted to more than one person up in that place. And this is why I'm saying you need to have some cast iron motherfucking resilience to not get pissed when the man that you're interested in wants to go play drop the pollen with someone else. At the end of the day, you can't get pissed by that, because that is the name of the game within the villa. That is the name of the game within the villa. So you got Cassie pissed, you got Jasmine pissed. So then it moves to Marco and Destiny. And that's how I'm going to say it, Destiny. Basically, Marco is trying to explain to Destiny that he wants to start getting to know and chat to other girls. Now, remember when I told you in the first episode that I did that to hold the nugget that they kissed at the in the benches, and when the sunset happened and the mood just struck and they kissed. And sometimes some people can take that to mean a little bit more than others. And this is what happened in this scenario between Marco and Destiny. Because Destiny was basically saying that Marco should have set out his plans from the get-go, because if he did, she probably wouldn't have followed through and kissed him, because she's of the view that that kiss meant nothing to Marco. Now, Marco's telling her that's not the case. The kiss did mean something, but it was in the moment. And it's true, it was in the moment. So I don't know how, but this is me being me. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know how you can hang a kiss off everything, like hang everything off a kiss like that. It was literally in the moment, and she went within that moment. At the end of the day, it was the first night. So it's kind of hard sometimes, as I said in my previous episode when I was talking about it, that yes, it should be the case that when you come in, that you let people know who you get coupled with, that you know what, yes, I like you, yes, I want to get to know you, but best believe that if other people come in, I am going to be open to getting to know them too. That's how it is. I am going to be open to getting to know them too. So what happened between these two is they ended up having a little bit of an argument, a bit of a falling out. Well, it was more of a falling out because you see through the episodes that there's backbiting between the both of them, and Destiny ain't shy in coming forward. If she sees you doing fuck shit, or you're trying to call her out her name, she is going to pull you up on it basically, and that's what she was doing with Marco. So basically, Marco was trying to explain, and the more he explained, the more it just sounded wrong coming out of his mouth. I'm a bit honest, the more it sounded wrong coming out of his mouth. I knew where Marco was coming from. Like, seriously, I did know where Marco was coming from, but he just was not explaining himself well at all. So, as I said, ended up with an argument between them two. Destiny ended up walking off, and basically that ended kind of that thing there between them two, even though Marco was still saying to her that she still wanted to get to know him. He still wanted to get to know her, but she was just like literally cutting it dead. She was having none of it. But I seriously thought that she took it a little bit too far. But you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I honestly thought she took it a little bit too far. I understand that people have different feelings when it comes to kisses and stuff like that. But for me, from the person looking outside, looking in, it was more of it's an in the moment type thing. So I'm gonna go for it. Like, I'm telling you, she had more than enough time to move her face and say, you know what, I don't think I want to kiss you right now, and that could have ended it right there. So, but she didn't. She went with the flow. So then you got the second bit of bullshit that happens when everybody comes back off their dates. And again, Cassie and the whoever is sitting on the other side, and you got Leo walking in, literally doesn't see her, literally doesn't say hello to her, literally doesn't speak to her, and the guys are telling him to come over, and my man's dancing and getting his jig on because he had a fun time with Carmen, and you could see that he liked Carmen too. So I'm like, Leo, you're gonna get to a point where you're just gonna play yourself out of position with all the girls in that villa, to be fair, because my God, he was just like, I had a fun time and that's all that matters. It wasn't until Marco put him on game, basically, and told him exactly what Cassie was saying, and the fact that he didn't even acknowledge her throughout that day before he went, and he still ain't acknowledged her now. Now, Leo, Lord rest his soul, I shall say, because my God, turned around and basically was talking about how Cassie was a little bit envious. No, Leo. She wasn't envious. Don't get it twisted. She was not envious. She was pissed that you literally treated her like she was not there, like she was a non-entity. After the fact that you two were broad backing it once you got into the villa, and you were hugging each other and doing X, Y, and Z, and you literally forgot about the woman as soon as another woman walked in that took your interest. It was like Scotch mist up in this place. And then to top it off, you go speak to Anna, and you're stroking up Anna's leg while you're speaking to her, and then you both walk off and you're holding Anna's hand as you're walking off. And even Cassie sat there like, is he holding her hand? Are they holding hands? Like clocking you as you're literally walking past her again. Still not spoke to her at this point. But yet you're having fun, giggles and laughs holding Anna's hand. Now, that's what I call bullshit. Like, honestly, there's way in which you can get to know people, and there's way in which you can get to know people, and that's not the way. That's why I said, people don't be like Leo. Do not be like Leo. And then it moves on to Marco and Destiny having another chat, because Marco really wanted to just clear the air with Destiny because he didn't want no bad vibes between the both of them. Basically, she turned around and says that she don't respect him. Basically called him a macho man walking around like he's God's gift, and he didn't like that in the slightest, because he didn't like people calling him names, and he didn't see himself in that way. And I'd have to say that was a little bit of spitefulness on Destiny's part. Now, users can all agree to disagree with me all you want, but I do think it was a little bit of spitefulness on Destiny's part. At the end of the day, yes, he kissed you. Yes, you saying he should have done X, Y, and Z first and you wouldn't have kissed him. But then on the flip side, you had more than enough time to pull away from that kiss and say, no, I don't know you enough in order to give you that kiss yet. But then also as well, when he's coming to you to apologise for how it went in that situation, and you couldn't even give the man the grace. You were just like, yeah, now we're done, dusted, don't respect you, get away from me. I'm like, okay then. If that's how you want to roll, that's how you want to roll, because I swear down, if I was Marco, I would not speak to you again after that. That will be the last time we spoke after that one, Dessa. So then, coming to the end of the episode, we see Hannah and Carmen on, I think it's the balcony or terrace or just outside the girls' changing rooms, where they're having their little chat. And then a little text comes in. Now, I didn't catch what the text said at first until I had to go back and have a look again. But it was regarding that these two, either in secret or they could tell the rest of the group, that they will then steal one of the girls' guys. So basically, they would then get to couple off with one of the girls' guys. So Hannah and Carmen had the choice to tell the rest of the group, and they chose not to. And that's where I'm going to leave it right now, because I'll be talking more on the next episode about that. So all I will say is please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and I will see you all again soon. Peace out.